with our elimination finals match. We have Vert back on the Fates, looking to go up against Fox BH, who's of course representing the Scarlets that they've been so hot on earlier today. We'll see if Vert is able to get the counterplay to the very particular style of Rocket Lance that Fox has been presenting with the Scarlets. Able to get around that first neutral signature fine, but not quite able to get the punish with it, and able to get the punish of their own on the Lance side air with the orb sidelight into the side air, and getting the punish beyond that. The Grand Final is not going to be get away for free, but able to catch Vert dashing in with the new signature, barely having the hitbox take it grounded. But the Rocket Lance is on the stage, because Fox able to get through and get the little punish of their own. The downlight though into the down air isn't going to hit. I'm not sure why they didn't go for side air there. I guess thinking it would be just 2 stacks in order to get that. But in any case, teams stop quickly and shots will go to the Rocket Lance, looking to get as much entry as possible. But Vert is not going to have a difficult time at all with the orb to even things up very nicely indeed. As we'll see who can take this game, looking to get into the Grand Finals, of course, to go up against the dominant Levenishi this afternoon for all of the marbles. Though, of course, as we're in top 3, I believe all these players are going to walk away from today with a bit of prize money, as the ludicrous ground count comes through from Fox there. I forget exactly what I set them to, but all these players have worked super duper hard in order to get to this position today, and I think we should be very congratulatory even now. But that's cool and all, but we have to find out who the winner is, who's going to get that the mythical first place prize in the Training Tourney, as Vert looking to finish on this dog, but not able to find it with the orb that the Starlight's going to with, as Fox is going to drop through. The news is going to come through, and you know it's coming, but Vert holds back the dodge. And it's actually able to get a pretty good punish on that down signature there. And not saying that Fox is, even when you space them all the way across the side of the stage, they're not free. But that one, that down signature is going to definitely be enough to take the game. So we'll see how things progress. But the neutral light into the downlight is going to come through. Downlight again comes through, looking to get the neutral signature, barely able to clip the end of that, but gets set off stage. But Vert's not going to push too hard beyond that, and we go back to the neutral. Sends off stage again, but Fox is going to stay low, recovers on the side of the stage, but it's a little one, so Vert not to go too much. Looking for the neutral at the top of the stage, that would have absolutely 110% been enough there, but drops the orb, lost your lunch money, where are you going? Has to pick up the scythe to try and find the socket. The fully charged down signature, a lot of gumption there for that one, but not too much beyond that. But the side air comes through. And we set back to the stage. Vert set high. New signature dodged. Vert with the super good dodge timing, not letting Fox get away with any of these big signatures so far. And in sweat beads with triple exclamation points, that side air is going to be enough to take the first game by Vert over Fox, and sends us into game number 2. Super well played there by Fox. Maybe possibly been watching the stream, I don't know, to get the idea of what exactly they were going to be put up against with the Scarlets of Fox. But absolutely in tune with absolutely on the same page, and able to get an interesting character swap on win here, swapping back to the Devil Jin. So moving away completely from the Fate weapons, but opening up strong with the Golden Scales. Nice 4-piece. A neutral light from the back of the stage, dashes back to the Starlight, and gets the 3-piece, but not able to get the dodge piece. Starlight there is going to send Vert high, another dare into the dare, sends it back down, looking for the neutral signature, but Vert as well. They are just going at it right now with the various, not even really string weapons, but unfortunately, Vert bonks their heads on the ramen side of Miami Dome and is not able to make it back on stage. And I believe that Fox, we can check in, but I think they absolutely are going to take those. Not going to complain one bit with the way these things have worked out. But in any case, the down recovery is going to send Fox high. Not quite enough to send up, but the ground pound is an interesting movement mix-up. But this should be an easy enough. No, they're barely weapon toss is close enough in order to stuff out the ground pound, which would have absolutely ended things. Bow ground pound just being way too bad of a move sometimes to secure the KO there. Maybe even an arm would have done better to at least be faster. Is that arm the ground pound faster than bow ground pound? I don't know actually. Interesting composition as we get our first down sig of the game, but doesn't go through. A side signature is an interesting option, not one that Fox will be presented. It definitely has the hitboxes, but on miss it can be so diabolical because of how committal the movement is. That if it misses, then you're most likely to look at your opponent right in the face with the Evoker Rocket Lance, which is not great. But yeah, Vert has just been super duper, especially with the new signatures as well, which is such a long lasting hitbox, one that you actually cannot sleep on. Vert is wide awake and ready to punish those, but we do still have Fox taking a bit of a lead here. The down air once again, but it's on the stage, so not gonna be going after to kill Vert off the vertical, but picks up the gauntlets, dodges the neutral signature. It's like how do they even know? How do they even know the neutral signature is coming there? And in the business we call that a read. But unfortunately, gets bonked out of the neutral air, but actually gets a side air follow up beyond that. So maybe it's optimal. Who knows? The very closely inside like this and leaves on it, and Fox definitely getting some moves together with the hammer here in order to make this to extend their lead over Vert in order to get this to a 1-all set count. The Zariel not being super duper hot for Vert this game. Maybe we'll see another legend swap. Or maybe we'll just go straight to maybe we'll just cut the chase and bring out the Teros in game 3. Regardless, who knows? But in any case, Vert takes Fox's second stock and sends us to final stocks. So absolutely winnable, but the solid there. But dodges the down sig perfectly there, and it's a dodge diagonal down as well, so you put right back on stage. But the neutral signature in neutral is going to take us to game number 3 with a 1-all set count there. So Fox undeterred. The gameplay. hey! I was only joking. But no, we are actually skipping. We're doing the world tour of Vert's character pool here. At least that's been presented so far. So we are just gonna go straight to the Teros for game number 3 here. What is it, number 4? No, actually we're only just on number 3. So we'll see what we can't do here with the Teros from Vert, which is an interesting one. It's not, you wouldn't necessarily give it too much kudos because Teros isn't the quickest legend and doesn't have the quickest buttons that can really get those crispy punishes that Vert has been able to get a couple times in the set on Fox's signature usage. It becomes a bit more difficult with Teros signatures, but maybe the point is that Vert is so confident that they have the read on Fox's signature kits that they can start getting some reversal signatures of their own. The down into the recovery is nice, but not to get a 4 beyond that. Down air sends high again. Fox has been definitely pushing a lot with just the hammer down air in neutral. There's another one looking just to scoop Vert out of their movements, especially. But there we go. I mean, the down signature on the hammer isn't the most difficult punishment it misses, but still, I guess this is the point that Vert's going for. Going for the double. Oh no! Not quite able to get it. Absolutely knew what was going to happen there. But the lance recovery, while punishable with a ground pound, it's not easy. And Vert doesn't get it this time. Or more to the point, runs out of in-air economy to be able to stay high enough to not get hit by the lance ground pound. So super smart stuff by Fox to charge it there, recognizing what Vert was going to go for there. And is able to get back on stage, looking for the dead center of the top stage, but Fox stays wide. I thought Fox was about to live that actually for a sec, but even from the other side of the stage, that's going to be enough for Fox to be able to take it. But we're going into a pretty even second stocks here. Comes down with the dare, but Vert goes all the way wide, so the neutral is not really going to be a factor here. And Look, as you go back to neutral, Vert swings first with the dare, with another dare. I mentioned earlier that sort of that Axe can have a pretty decent matchup against the Rocket Lance if you can sort of stay sort of stacked over the head, and then you're able to get a lot of pressure with dares. As the fully charged down signature there, I think Vert thought that threat had passed, but it had not. As the weapon toss into the downline, into the reverse neutral signature, and it hits for some reason as well. Ludicrous stuff. Puts the Vert immediately into the orange. This final stock is melting away from Vert here. Can we see a DC? Can we see a DC? We're going to see it. There it is. It's absolutely what Fox is feeling right now. Because when you have that advantage, you're feeling just throw it out. Just throw it out. Another one. The weapon toss down. Barely gets caught out of what would have been surely a ground pound there. But gets the read, does Vert with the neutral signature. And the Gravity comes the haymaker. So absolute tricks coming out there. The little hop from the Scarlet neutral signature. Putting Fox in range for the Teros neutral signature is an interesting interaction there, but a great read nonetheless, and we'll see what Vert can do. Gets a 2v2 with the hammer, so nothing too crazy, but gets this stomp, turnaround down it, and nearly gets the nair beyond that as well. Tosses up with the hammer, nearly gets the nair beyond that. Gets a down there, looking close. His side finisher would have been terrible if that hit. The neutral signature comes through though. Then Vert nearly brings it all the way back, needs an edge guard. Doesn't get the ground pound though. This time it was too late on what Fox is looking for. Fox gets the nair, releases the pressure for a sec, probably gonna pick up a weapon. No, goes back in with the recovery and takes a clutch game number 3 there, and like sends us into game number 4. So yeah, definitely a close one, all things considered there. But Fox holds their ground for one last second.
3, 2,
and
1,
we'll go
roll.
into game number 4. Fox with the little advantage here. Vert was so close to bringing that game all the way back. Got so much unanswered damage with the Teros. Nearly finished it fiendishly with the side, with the frontal signature even, but not quite able to get it. But in any case, it's a new game, it's a new day. We'll see what Vert can do. The trade on, I think that was a double neutral line maybe. The neutral off stage, dangerous stuff though. There's the ground pound, but the hammer has as well as his own. Silent into the stage is going to send Vert wide, looking to pick up the weapon, but actually doesn't quite get it there, or maybe it was a bait, not sure. Just wanted to get everything done in just the shortest amount of time. Hammer sends on stage, looking for the edge guard, looking for the big recovery, but Fox holds it all the way down. Says, yeah, that's cool. I appreciate your edge guard, but that is a weird flex, my friend. And I'll just hang out down here until it's my time. Down stage comes through, but Vert ducks over the side of the stage to get away from it. As the down comes through, sighting the wrong way though, that's going to be easy. But doesn't get the read on the dodge in though, as the stop there is going to end things and get us into second stocks, but Fox definitely with the advantage here, but Vert with a couple axe hits can definitely make that pay, but unfortunately doesn't get too much of the credit before letting Fox pick up the weapon. Now comes through. We'll see what the Sonic there into recovery, not quite, and the weapon toss down. So Fox just getting a lot of very nice hits, and we're too much damage here. We're throwing him out. New comes through, nor did the last one work as well, but is Fox getting a little antsy here? Does Fox still actually have, like, you've racked up all the damage, that's nice and all, but do you still have the potent signatures, or has Vert managed to figure it out? Neutral comes through, Vert looking at all options though, nearly gets thwarted by the side signature, but is going to be hit by the hammer side air. So Fox actually doesn't need any of the signatures to get that stock, just going to build up and swing the heavy weapon classic. Definitely showing a lot of stability in this game number 4 as we get the downlight into neutralite. The recovery is nearly red. There's downlight there, nearly has to be in the dodge as well. Vert's still off stage, so he's off stage. I thought DC was coming there, but nope, actually just a point blank weapon toss as the read. But the weapon though is going to send down. Still got the recovery though. Can he punish it? Yes, sir! Vert is not going to let it for the 3rd time drop the edge guard there. Times the ground pound. Well, reading that Fox was going to go for that full charge on the lance there, and secures us a last stocks game number 4 elimination finals. We'll see what we can't get. The down signature misses, a double there. The down light misses, but the nair sets high. Can Vert come down? Yes, he can with the dare. Able to reset back to center. Both players dashing around trying to find an opening. A down light set. That's going to be the last one Vert can take from that position, but he's got one more chance. The side comes through. New signature comes through, but the down signature is not going to come out. It hasn't got the big hitbox on the last one. The cover comes through, but the nair isn't the punish there. Needed a bath to sail, something like that. Vert below weapon and gets clipped, looking to drift back to the weapon toss. It's going to see Fox, I believe, taking the game 5 win against Vert, sending Vert home at 3rd place. So super well done.